All right, everybody, welcome in. It is Victory Monday here on Eagles Talk. Peter Young, Rob Brinkman, Les Bowen be on shortly. If you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe, turn those notifications on. Broadcasting live from the Real Talk Studios. Find us wherever you get your podcasts, Spreaker, Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio, iTunes, all forms of social media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, X, Instagram. Like I said, if you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe, turn those notifications on. Each and every week, we are brought to you by Baggio's Breads, located in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, home of the best stuffed breads, tomato pies, sandwiches, cutlets, and meatballs. Mention A2D Radio for 10% off your in-store purchases. So not pretty yesterday in the monsoon that was Buffalo, but the Eagles do get a W. They still have a path if they choose to take it to the number 2 seed. That brings us to our poll question. You still have some confidence that the Eagles offense will figure things out in the playoffs? Go ahead, PY. Spin it somehow. Convince me. Convince me.
It's so hard. They make it so hard.
They
stink. But here's
the
the crazy
offense stinks.
Here's the crazy part. I don't even think they stink. They're just stupid. Like, if they just sucked, like if Hurts just threw 50 interceptions, if they ran for 40 yards a game, I could look at them and be like, they just suck. But no, they're just stupid. Like, they had a good showing of the offense in the first half. Hurts was effective. You ran out of empty at times. Saquon was getting it going. Jalen was on point. You're having bootlegs. You're having play action. It was creative play calling. And in true Eagles fashion, it's working. What do we do? Oh, I know. Run, deep ball. Okay. Run, deep ball. Okay. And just nothing. There's no creativity. There's nothing. Like, they're just stupid. Like, it's very hard for me to say.
If you're stupid, don't you just stink?
No, you can be stupid and good. You could just be a flat out awful offensive team. Like, I don't think they're awful. I just think they're stupid and they're running things unintelligently.
So why should I be confident that they're going to be less stupid when it's turned up a notch?
I don't think you should.
In the playoffs?
My honest opinion, if Sirianni and Patullo are going to call things the way they did in the second half, you shouldn't feel confident. If they call things like you called in the first half, with clear and concise decision making, running bootlegs, running play action, going in empty, there's something to be confident about. But the main thing with this team is consistency. And unless you have it, they're screwed 6 ways from Sunday. Like, it was such a tough game because, like, after that, if they were bad in the first half and the Bills are just dominating them, you could just look at that game and just be like, all right, cool. They're just bad. They're bad offensively. And you just can't stack up to the Bills. Like, you killed them in the first half. You were great. You had a good offensive planning in the first half. And then the second half, in true KP and Patullo and Nick Sirianni fashion, they pump their chest like they're Matthew McConaughey. I feel so confident. Yeah, look at us in the rain. And then you shit the bed in the second half. Like,
this is the second time in the season that one quarterback, Jalen Hurts, had 0 completions in the first half. And surprising enough, the Eagles won both football games. It happened yesterday against the Buffalo Bills, and it happened earlier in the season, way back when, down in Tampa against the Buccaneers. I can't understand it. I don't have any confidence this offense is going to figure things out. I mean, is there any way to spin this for the people out there, for me and PY, that they're going to come out in mid-January against the Seahawks or the Niners or whoever, probably in a home game, that it's just going to be fixed?
I don't have that confidence, no. I mean, Sirianni, for once, actually, after the game, usually you get all that, oh, it's not just one thing, blah, 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 blah. But yesterday he pretty much said, yeah, that was a play call. We really screwed that up. And his solution to that is that he's going to be more involved, which before this season, if Sirianni said he was going to be more involved in something, fans would be like, no. But now that we've experienced Kevin Patullo fully, maybe that's not a bad thing. I don't know. There was talk that Sirianni was getting more involved in the weeks leading up to this when things were going better offensively against bad teams. I don't know. The cynic in me wants to say at this point, you are who you are. They can't figure out how to be different. And Lane Johnson coming back will make some sort of difference, we hope. But them approaching things differently, them not running into stack boxes, them, just being able to get a yard or two on the ground when the opposing team knows they're going to run, Hurts yesterday, you mentioned that he didn't complete a pass. They only threw 7 passes in the second half. They didn't have any snaps. They threw 7 passes. Almost all of them were like 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 12.
4 of them were throwaways. One was the A.J. Brown.
Yeah, against the best pass defense in the NFL. So why? Why did you run on 1st and 2nd down into the middle of the line and then expect Hurts to be able to throw you out of it on 3rd down? It made no sense, and it kept on and on and on. And no, I don't. These guys. You mentioned week 4 against Tampa. The thing there is that was week 4, and back then we all thought, well, they won the game in Tampa, and that's a heck of a thing. They never win in Tampa, and it's week 4. They've got a bye coming up. They'll figure these things out. They'll work through it. But they're the same team that they were in week 4, really. The defense is better than it was in week 4. The defense never has these problems that the offense has. Like, what happened yesterday was the Bills defensively adjusted after the Eagles ran the ball pretty well in the first half. And the Bills adjusted. They put everybody up on the line, and the Eagles still ran the ball right. The defense knows not to do the same things over and over again if the offense changes what it's doing. But the offense can't seem to figure that out.
This might be the comment of Eagles Talk in 2025. Grendal on YouTube, Sirianni, creator of the prevent offense.
Yeah. That's actually really great. I like that.
For listening. I like that a lot. The quarterback, he's just not having a good season. I don't know what it is. He doesn't vibe with the coaches. Seems like if everything's not perfect for Jalen Hurts, it's hard for him to win. And everything's not going to be perfect with this head coach, offensive coordinator combination.
But nobody is happy.
The offensive line has kind of solidified itself.
Has it?
How?
Did you?
I think it got better. I don't think
I don't know what you were watching.
The second half was just that the offensive line was the crux of the problem in the second half. They couldn't run a yard. They kept running it over and over again. They couldn't gain literally.
That's not their fault.
Literally a yard.
It is their fault.
Literally a yard.
But you can't
they were stupid play calls. They were stupid play calls, but last year's offensive line could at least get a few yards on calls like that.
Well, this isn't that. I'm not saying.
No, it's an awful offensive line. It's an offensive line
that in the 2023 rushing attack.
Yeah. If you watch these guys try to block, it's like they're sliding left, and there's a guy coming in unblocked, and Juergens is like, okay. I don't get. Nobody can ever talk to Jeff Stoutland this year.
Nope.
They haven't made him available. I can't imagine that he isn't beside himself over this. It's just stupidity. It's not. People go, he's injured. What kind of injury is it when you're standing there watching a guy run past you? Do you just figure you can't do it? If so, you shouldn't be out there.
Yep.
I don't understand. I don't understand what they're doing. I don't understand why Dallas Goedert can't block. He always could before.
They have one guy who's able to block less, and they don't put him out there. I think they had Cameron Latu on 5 plays last night.
Oh, they had Dallas Goedert at fullback, not blocking people.
Yeah. They had Latu on 5 plays. They had 27 yards on 5 plays. What's that, like 5.2 or whatever it is, yards per carry. On 22 other carries, I think, or 20, whatever it is, they had 55 yards. So, like, they have someone who's good at blocking, and they don't ever put him out there. And for the love of God, why are we constantly throwing Shipley out there? What is Bigsby here for? Because when you use him, you give him opportunities, he excels. 2nd and 12, and you're throwing Shipley out there. You're not giving Bigsby an opportunity. It's cowardice.
Yeah, that was the problem. That wasn't the biggest problem. That was a problem, certainly. Yeah. Shipley was like the sacrificial lamb. The give up runs, the coward draws. If you see Shipley, you know that's coming, I guess.
And you can't even throw Bigsby out there. Like, all right, cool. Saquon's not getting anything. Could we throw Bigsby out for a few plays? Maybe he's able to get like 1 run or something.
But yeah, the pass blocking wasn't horrible yesterday. But again, the second half, they threw 7 times. It was always 3rd and long. It's
Scoop Do 1158 on YouTube. Hurt's been preaching for years about consistency. The organization doesn't care about consistency at offensive coordinator. I think that's a bunch of bull.
I disagree.
They don't care. No, they care. They just can't. People keep hiring these guys.
But these teams switch offensive coordinators all the time, and they don't skip a beat. So I'm not buying that.
Who?
Baker Mayfield has a new one every year.
Baker Mayfield has been cheap
Guys get
for
hired,
2
and
months.
offensive coordinators get hired every year, PY. Every year. If you're a good team, your offensive coordinator is going to get hired.
And I understand
it often creates a problem. I don't know that everybody just sails along beautifully. Sometimes
now to try and create consistency, because Kevin Patullo's not going anywhere. I'm not buying that for a second.
He's out.
You hire an inferior candidate to try and make sure he doesn't get poached if you do well. So you can either do that with the Eagles with Patullo to try and not get him poached.
I disagree.
Anyway, because everyone's going to want him fired. Now, I don't think he's going anywhere. I'll believe it when I see it.
Oh no, he's out here. Unless they go to the Super Bowl, there's no way in hell that Howie Roseman is looking at the offensive.
They might. They might.
I'll make whatever bet you want
right now. They might go to the
Super
Bowl. Yes, they might.
Sure. If they go to the Super Bowl, you know what? KP can stay. Unless that happens, there's no chance in hell.
Super Bowl, it's just because I can't make sense of this NFC. I could see all these teams losing their first playoff game or going to the Super Bowl. Now the Niners are on fire.
If the Eagles end up playing the Rams right now, the Eagles will lose. I mean, I just can't see how in the world, the way the Rams offense is operating, I can't see how that would happen. It was great that they.
What about that game the other night? On Sunday Night Football, last night on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
That's a fireworks show after, the Eagles aren't capable of that.
Right. Exactly.
They should be. And the frustrating thing, Les, is they should be because they're talented enough to be.
Yes. This is an incredibly expensive offense that operates like the Houston Texans. I mean, it's just.
The Texans are doing great. They're having a great season. They have the same
they have a great
setup
defense
as the Eagles with an elite defense and a pretty good quarterback, and they're a good offense. But the Eagles aren't paying their guys to be a average offense. They're paying their guys to be
have more
not.
money tied up in the receivers and the offensive line than the Texans do. Certainly quite a bit more, but they're getting the same results basically.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if the Rams would beat the Eagles right now. The Rams, they don't play any defense, but the Eagles' offense, I don't know. I could see outside of the NFC South, which is going to be one and done because the Buccaneers and the Panthers, they flat out stink.
Good Lord, the Falcons are routing them.
Yeah, I don't think the Rams are really feeling this too much tonight, but it's
I'm not scared of anyone in the NFC.
No.
You want to see the Packers probably because they're really in trouble.
Well, they're a train wreck, and you don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
If Jordan Love is really a concussion situation, or if he's just still also really hurt.
Yeah. But their defense has sustained so many injuries
Yes.
that they're just not
The Micah injury just killed them.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rams offense is looking like crap right now. The Eagles defense can slow them
The
down.
Rams are only
I've
the only
seen the
thing
Rams
the Rams
be
have to worry
explosive.
about is the number 1 seed. They're not out there trying to life and death to beat the damn Falcons tonight.
I don't think they can get the number 1 seed.
Oh yeah, but I'm sorry. Well, the seeding is all that they have.
Right.
It's not. They're not.
I think the highest they can be is 5. Not that I
Right.
understand any of these
Right.
playoff scenarios.
And they might not care. Is my point. I guess you're right. They can't get the number 1 seed.
I mean, if you're 5, you play the NFC South champion instead of
Right.
coming to Philly.
Right.
But the Eagles, they can get the 2 seed.
Yeah.
Which
can.
brings me to my next point. They're going to have a game against the Commanders on Sunday. Outside chance of the 2 seed with the Bears losing on Sunday Night Football. I don't care about the 2 seed. I'm resting everyone. I think sit everyone down, give them a timeout, recharge the mental batteries, and maybe you can.
If you can't beat a Josh Johnson-led Commanders team, you don't deserve the 2 seed.
I don't even care about the 2 seed.
And for everyone who's horny for Tanner McKee, this is the game for you.
Yeah.
Get those palms out.
I think the 2 seed would be pretty. They had the 2 seed last year, and it worked out beautifully for them.
Yes.
They got to play at home all the way to the Super Bowl, and that could very well happen again. You don't know. 2 seed is worth something. Is it worth endangering key players? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad I don't have to make that decision. I can see either side of that, really.
Well, I think the Commanders are going to be chippy.
Yeah.
Yes. That's also why I don't want to play any of my starters.
Because for whatever reason,
they're looking to hurt people, in my honest opinion.
Well, you're gonna be playing a lot of your starters. I think when people talk about that, they talk very loosely about it. There aren't with 53 players up, you can't rest all of your starters, but you can rest the Hurts and the Barkley and the guys like that. But you're going to be playing some starters. There's no way around it.
But I mean, I don't know. What is it now? We're the 3 seed and we get what, the Niners or the Rams?
Yes.
Yeah. And the Niners are playing great, and they might get Fred. I don't think Fred Warner could be back for the first round, but he could be back later in the playoffs.
That's a tall ask, though.
Yeah, it is.
Some more comments here. And then why have Stafford and their starters out there? I mean,
I don't know. You got me.
2 weeks off is
stupid.
Is a lot.
Yeah. I can't. I couldn't do 2 weeks because that's just you're leaving a lot up to fate.
Right.
I mean, that's just.
But I don't think they're into
playoff
this game. They have the guys out there, but I don't think they're real into this game.
I was watching a little bit earlier, and they didn't seem to be into the game.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Anyway, let us know what you think in the comments. We are going to talk about the defense.
Woo!
Yeah, let's do that. Yes.
Jalen Phillips.
I think this is the greatest 2-year stretch of defense in Eagles history.
Probably. So I wasn't, I was in Philly and I was an adult, but I wasn't covering the Eagles, and I was really busy covering the Flyers when the Buddy Ryan defenses. I can't really speak to exactly how that matches up. Those were incredible defenses, but this is outstanding. I mean, I saw a stat today that since Jalen Phillips arrived, the Eagles are allowing the fewest points in the NFL. And that's what it's all about. I felt terrible for them yesterday. That should have been a shutout. If the offense had just picked them up a little bit, gotten them off the field a few times, that would have been a shutout.
Literally shown anything.
Yeah. the defense was just lights out. Jalen Carter came back and really dealt.
He looks legit. Like, he looks healthy for the first
Yeah.
time in a long time. Right. Him and Jordan Davis look like a two-man wrecking crew together.
DeJean was unbelievable.
Oh, he was fantastic.
Jalen Hunt, again, is having
him and Morrow, man. Yeah. Like, you couldn't have asked. Like, that was a big question in the offseason. Are those two guys going to step up? Like, obviously, losing Milton Williams and Josh Sweat hurt, but with Morrow, you're not missing Milton Williams.
Right.
Like, he's having a better year than Milton Williams ever had. Obviously, Josh Sweat is like at 11 or 12 sacks, and more.
And Williams was having a very, very good year for an excellent New England team, but he got hurt, I think, and has missed some time. But yeah, I mean, it's Nolan Smith is the one guy. The injury really bothered him, I think. I don't think Nolan Smith has been maybe everything they'd hoped he would be, but getting Phillips made up for that. And
I also think
got BG to come back and add some snaps here and there, and I think they're in great shape defensively. I really do.
I think Nolan's been, the last 3 or 4 weeks, I think he's been one of the most explosive players next to Phillips coming off the edge. Like, maybe he hasn't gotten all the sacks, but he's had pressures all over the place.
Yeah. And I really liked John Campbell yesterday. I thought
he looked good.
Well. And I was a little concerned about that because Dean was really a catalyst with the blitzing, and that hasn't been Campbell's forte.
Looked really good in pass coverage too.
He really did, and that's the most snaps he's had, since Nakobe got healthy.
And I hope that
he did fine.
I hope that kind of shows Fangio a little something to where obviously you want Nakobe playing a good portion of the snaps, but in those clear passing situations, trust Jihad.
Yeah,
it's
maybe
third and
Nakobe.
It's 1st and 20. Maybe we throw Jihad out there. It's 3rd and 12. Maybe we throw Jihad out there.
Yeah.
4th and long. Let's see what he can do. Like, obviously, Nakobe's really good, but I just trust Jihad more in passing downs.
So, and for a guy who was on the scrap heap, I thought Epps came in and played pretty well yesterday. He had a couple shaky moments early, but after that, I thought he was very good.
Obviously,
he had that one bogus. He got busted for holding, and I think it was the first. Yeah, definitely the first half. I didn't see much.
There was bad play. There was bad ref all game long.
Yeah,
isn't there always though?
There is, but
I lose my mind on the fumble thing. I don't know I want to hear what you guys thought. Kevin Burkhardt kept insisting that looked like a pass to him.
It was not a pass.
What universe is it a pass?
His arm didn't go fully forward. Like,
I try not to look at this through green glasses, but he's running sideways and he's like doing this with the ball, and the ball comes out.
Yep.
What pass?
This was the one that went a million yards back.
The fumble. Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to trust Blandino.
Saying, his arm was going forward.
Oh, I think he's kissing the ass of his commentating partner there.
Yeah,
it's a Tuck rule, and Tom Brady's sitting right next to him. And Josh Allen's a big time player, so it wouldn't have surprised me at all if he got that call. I'm glad he didn't.
It's too obvious.
Yeah, it didn't enter my mind that it was a pass until Burkhardt started talking about it, frankly.
But at turnover, I guess the question is can this defense overcome this offense in playoff football in an offensive league so that we have a legitimate chance to defend the title? My answer is no. This offense is
not playing a half like they played yesterday. You can play a quarter like that maybe against a good team, but you can't play the entire half that way.
If you
all they had to do was one field goal drop would have put that game away. And they couldn't do it. I mean,
it depends on what half you're getting, Les. Are you getting the first half? Because if I'm getting the first half,
oh God, they'll win the Super Bowl.
I can go to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
If I'm getting the second half, I'm one and done, baby.
Yes, absolutely. And you can't play an entire half like that second half in the playoffs against anybody. I don't think.
What's a fair number for this team to have to say they play the Niners? at the link on Wild Card Weekend. What's a fair number for this offense to put on the board to have a chance to win? 21, 24?
Good weather, I would say 24.
Because they're scoring at will right now out there in San Francisco. Brock Purdy looks like Peyton Manning out there.
I would say if the offense scores 24 at home and you still lose, then you just weren't as good as the Niners. I mean, I don't think this offense right now isn't going to give up 24 very many teams in very many scenarios. If the offense scores 24 and doesn't turn the ball over, I think the Eagles win against almost anyone.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Like, obviously the offense needs to be better, but like what with this defense, like it's giving you an opportunity. Like they've been able to keep team. Like you kept the Bills under 13 points yesterday. Like that's insane. Like they were one of the top elite offenses in the NFL.
Right.
Like you have an MVP over there. Like
they hadn't scored fewer than 20 at home.
Yep.
The Bills hadn't all season.
They're 15.
That was only one game. Other than that, they've been like in the 30s.
Aren't they? I saw some stat. Aren't they like 15-1 or something in December?
Yeah, they don't lose in December.
Nope.
They don't lose
at home in that weather. No way.
Right. Yeah, it was an all-time defensive effort.
Yep.
I haven't seen.
Couldn't ask for more.
Yeah. The Super Bowl against Kansas City.
That
was probably better because of the takeaways and early, but incredible. Effort.
If you're a Jalen Carter fan, yesterday was the perfect game.
Yeah.
To get him right, both physically and mentally. You come out of that game, 2 sacks and a blocked extra point. The juices have to be flowing. Like you have to be feeling pretty good about yourself heading into the playoffs with your Jalen Carter.
That was a huge extra point block.
Yeah, it was.
Him and Davis have been doing that all year.
They have. It's the only thing that the special teams does right.
Do you think they just have bets with each other and be like, all right, how many are you getting today?
Latu stepping on the end line was just, oh my God. That was just unbelievable. I mean, that he didn't need to touch the ball. The ball was dead. It was just lying there. The whistle was going to blow. Running in there and touching the ball with your foot on the line is just inconceivable to me. I don't get it.
Inconceivable.
Well, what did you think of the Bills going for the win at the end with the 2-point conversion? I'm doing that 100 times out of 100.
No.
And I think Josh Allen probably makes that throw 90 times out of 100.
I think if it's not raining, the Bills win that game.
If I'm Sean McDermott, I kick that extra point.
Yeah, you're at home. You're playing a team that had 1 first down the entire second half. I was a little surprised that he went for
They had all the momentum. Like there was no way the Eagles were going to do anything in the overtime. I would have kicked it, and I would have. But also, I guess you could argue that they've seen what the Eagles can do in the overtime. Maybe that was lingering from a few years ago.
I wouldn't rip McDermott for doing that, but I probably would have kicked the point. I mean, I understand going for it.
I'd rather lose like the Bills lost yesterday than having Jordan Davis or Jalen Carter block the extra point.
Another extra point. That would be,
or something happens with the weather or the snap or the kick.
Right.
Rather than having, the best player on the planet miss a rare throw.
They cut him too.
What's that?
They cut Bagley.
Oh yeah, the kicker. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
That's a tough one. Like obviously,
I mean, I don't know what I have no idea what he's been doing outside.
Yeah, me neither. It was a little low, but it was a great block by Carter. Also, he really got up there for a guy his size. The Eagles, meanwhile, released their long snapper today. I don't know if that's a procedural thing where they're going to bring him back, later in the week or what the deal is going to be.
That's weird.
But yeah, it is weird. It really is, because everything went great with the field goal operation yesterday. The kicking operation for once was perfect.
Jake looked great.
Yeah. Actually did his job and made his kicks for a change. I was proud of him. they got to finish. They got to finish those drives though, because if you get one touchdown, that game's over at halftime.
Right.
And the Eagles have been pretty good.
If they call that DPI correctly, the game's over.
That was they should have called it, but that was also a tough one in that the ball was almost there. I mean, it was,
but his arm is being held the entire time.
You could say it was bang bang.
So what's the point?
You don't get all of those.
What's the point of Blandino being there, giving his analysis? Right? Yeah, it's 100% DPI. I don't know how they could not call it, guys.
There's no point of those guys. McCauley's one. Blandino's one.
But Blandino is a former referee, and the whole purpose of him being there.
Well, sometimes they explain.
There's one at every game.
Sometimes they explain a nuance that maybe wasn't apparent, but other than that, it just highlights how bad the officiating is now. That
needs to be a goddamn sky judge.
No, they shouldn't have done that. Which is increasingly what happens. Is I
didn't have a problem with the no call.
Yeah,
whatever. As long as they don't call, as long as they're going to let our guys play, their guys can play.
But on the Devontae,
I
was a little more exercised about that. I thought that was a catch. I'm so old. I remember before they had replay, and all those balls were catches because nobody could see. You didn't have HD TV, and nobody cared if the ball touched the ground.
I want to know how
touches the ground. The idea that the ball can't move is a concept that's just come up within the last 10 years. If your hand's under the ball, I think the ball can hit the ground. I'm sorry but that isn't the way they do it in the NFL today.
I want to know how that's not a catch. But the Brandon Cooks one where it clearly touches the ground was a catch.
Yeah, he's got it. Cooks has it like this, and it touches the ground, and somehow that's okay. I don't know. Maybe you couldn't see the ball move in that one. I have no idea.
Nixon and Gritty 19, thoughts on Elliott? I get nervous, hit or miss lately.
They look good.
Lately, he's been statistically the worst kicker in the NFL since the start of the 2024 season. The guy consistently misses kicks, so you should be nervous. I'm nervous.
Not when it matters.
Well, he better.
Yeah, he had a great Super Bowl, as did everybody else. But I don't know. He was good yesterday. We'll see how it goes. There doesn't seem to be an injury. Like last year, I think there was an injury that he had to get over. But this year, I don't know what it is. He hit yesterday, so I'm not as nervous as I was before yesterday, I guess.
AJ was a little relaxed on that play, sell it a little bit. The guy was clamped on him on his arm for 10
AJ
yards.
didn't protest, and I think that's a big part of it,
Well, that's all right. Well, if their guy can hold for 10 yards, then Kim can hold for 10 yards.
Well, AJ, I think one reason AJ doesn't protest all the time is AJ pushes people off all the time.
Yes.
He doesn't want to get called for that.
True.
It's like people calling, this is a tangent, but Jalen Carter never gets the holding calls.
No, ever.
Do you know one reason why Jalen Carter doesn't get the holding calls?
He punches people in the face.
And the Buffalo lineman had to leave the game after his eye got gouged yesterday, and there was no call for that.
Hey, man, Les, there ain't nothing wrong with there ain't nothing wrong with a little 2-biscuit special.
Guys like that don't get calls. If you're a guy that they think is bending the rules, it's more of a shrug.
He's like if Mike Tyson. He's like if Mike Tyson was a D tackle at times. It's crazy.
Ryan Swoop, Eagles on paper have tremendous players on offense. No reason they should be this bad. It's definitely the quarterback. Sometimes they are inconsistent and can't play full 4 quarters. It's always one half, then very bad. It's not the coaching. Why is Hurts so bad? I've been asking that question for weeks.
So if you listen to literal
Hurts is bad, then how is he good in the first half? How is he making that incredible throw down the sideline on the run in the first half? But he's bad in the second half. I don't get that.
Is that all on the coaching? None of that's on Jalen?
I think a lot of it's on I think, again, if you call 2 runs in a row, as they did, 4 straight series, don't gain yardage and depend on the quarterback to bail you out in 3rd and long against the best pass defense in the league, I don't think that's a quarterback problem. I really don't. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't.
If you listen to any like people who are breaking down film and are watching the Eagles game, like they'll pretty much tell you whether or not the quarterback played bad or what they're seeing out there. The major factor of what they see on a week in and week out basis is the scheming makes no sense.
Yeah.
The routes they're having them put together are insane. The play calls, they can't determine who's going to be open, who's the read is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And if they can tell that, how the hell is the quarterback supposed to look at this and be like, well, this, I got it. It's somewhere.
Yeah. And the other thing is, with Hurts, they get to the line and it's not Hurts's fault.
No.
That the play isn't coming in. So he can't switch to an audible when he gets to the line with 5 seconds left.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm sure there's some element of Hurts.
Yeah.
Would they be a better team if Matthew Stafford was the quarterback? Quite probably, yeah. But is Hurts a huge problem for them? No. I'm sorry, he isn't.
This is play calling, man. It's the play calling. It's the stuff they're putting out there. It's the lack of creativity. It's the
offensive line.
Yeah, the offensive line, the conservative nature. Like it's killing them. Yeah. And the quarterback so clearly wants to just break out and just do what he wants to do. But Nick is just hand tying them in the second half. You can tell in these games where his whole concept is, well, we're just going to run it out. We're just going to run it out. Oh, okay, it's 3rd and long, Jalen. I guess you can throw. We'll see what happens, man.
That was certainly what happened yesterday.
Yeah, in the 7 plays,
yeah,
I think 4 or 5 were throwaways. One was the Devontae, and like one was they're at the 2-yard line. He had to run and throw it away. Like,
yeah,
no, like there may have been one real concept that he threw that meant something, and it was I think it was like a Dallas Goedert drop.
Yeah.
What do we think of the
head coach? The tough ones.
What do we think of the head coach back to his flamboyant bravado after he did a very poor job of coaching the team yet again?
I couldn't believe it.
It's not even the fact that he did it, that his little freaking stooge did it with him.
Who's his stooge?
Kevin Patullo.
Oh, okay.
He was jacked up too. I didn't see him.
He's right there. If you watch it, he's right next to him. Like, yeah, yeehaw, woohoo!
Kevin Patullo being jacked up is ballsy.
I don't get it. I don't get what Sirianni gets from that. I don't see how you can be in that mode after that.
Hot-blooded Italian in him, Wes. He can't help it.
You survive because one of the best quarterbacks in the league misses a throw for a 2-point conversion, and you're.
Did you see AJ Brown?
Yeah, he's rolling his eyes.
He's just like, what?
He's backed himself into a corner with his antics like this, because the second he stops winning, he's going to be out of here.
Yeah, like every coach.
Because this stuff is all cool and good when you're winning.
Yes.
But when you lose, like if they come out next year and they go 7-10 for whatever reason, you're going to be on the chopping block because your antics are going to be old and tired.
I think you'd get a 2-year leash. Like if they came out and they lost last year.
I don't think he's a very good coach.
I disagree. I think he's a good coach.
Well, they keep winning somehow. I don't know. He's good at something
because they win all these games.
Yeah.
And it seems like the quarterback and the head coach, which are supposed to be the linchpins of your organization, have very little to do with it.
I disagree with that statement.
I don't know.
I get it.
I think they play a very
hate Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni.
I mean, I don't hate Nick. I hate Kevin.
Not hold Jalen Hurts responsible at all for the poor offensive play. I disagree with that.
Sure, he needs to play. He needs to play.
Hurts a little bit responsible. I don't think it's his. I don't think it's a problem with him necessarily. I don't think he's the best. You could find 4 or 5 quarterbacks probably better than Jalen Hurts, certainly. But is he really the root of their problems? No, I certainly don't.
I don't think
so.
he's done much to help. I don't think he's had a very good season.
Who's helping with the garbage they're throwing out there, with the offensive line not being able?
Jalen Hurts makes $50 million a year,
That's great. And guess what?
He
wins.
He's paid to overcome a little bit.
Yeah.
A little
I
bit.
kind of felt like if he could have gotten a few first downs with his legs yesterday, that would have loosened things
They
up.
didn't even consider calling it.
I don't think they wanted him to. I think what we were talking about the Rams earlier, about the Rams playing the Falcons tonight, I think you saw a little bit of that with the Eagles yesterday, frankly. I don't think they wanted Hurts to do anything that would, 2 to 3 seed, it's not that you don't need to lose your quarterback over that. And I can understand that, but it was infuriating to watch. It really was.
It was just head scratching.
Yeah.
Because they just, everything that worked and everything that was cooking in the first half, they just went away with it. And they went pure turtle mode, in my opinion. Turtle just going right in its shell and just playing scared and playing possum.
They don't play to win games. They play not to lose.
Yes.
Games.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
It's frustrating because they have the personnel to be killers.
Yes.
They're not.
Yes. That is the case. Yes.
But this is also the problem is, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, we get a
Ryan got going on here.
You know what? I can't.
Ryan, I'm not that good a reader. Hang on, buddy.
DOT Bird, go find these mystical quarterbacks that are easy to find. It's so easy to find a quarterback that can win a Super Bowl that every other team decides not to. I don't understand the point of your.
The point is if every other quarterback is
he likes
better,
Jalen, and he doesn't like that I just said something bad about Jalen.
You can say something bad about Jalen. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you're not his highest fan right now.
No,
it's
I think
okay.
He's had way more horrendous games than good games this season.
I don't know about that. I think he had the first half of the season. I thought he was just fine. And coming out
paying him to be just fine.
Well, you pay them to win you a Super Bowl. He won you a Super Bowl.
They're running.
He's got to win another one. I'm sick of hearing about the Super Bowl last year. Sick of it. It's old news. It's this year. It's this year. You don't get a free pass to play like a jackass the rest of your life because you won the Super Bowl last year.
Great news.
You don't.
Great news. He's leading this team to the playoffs for 5 straight years.
I thought he played pretty well. They don't run an offense where the quarterback's going to throw for 400 yards or anything. He's not going to do. They won games and he was efficient the first half of the season, and I think that's what they look for. It would be wonderful if it was more than that, but that's the offense that they run, and I don't think it was his fault. A lot of those games, he was completing like 21 out of 25 passes or something. What else is there than that? Now after when they hit that losing streak, things went bad. He was not good, especially obviously the Chargers game. But I don't think he's been horrendous all season or anything like that. I think he's been okay-ish, not nearly as good as you'd like for him to be.
He has not lived up to my expectations this season.
I can go along with that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
the Rams are down 21-0 at the half.
Yeah, so they clearly just don't. They're just mailing it in on the road.
They're checked.
Which is fine. Whatever. I don't think they can. I have it up here. 9-6-1. So the lowest they can be is the 6th seed.
Maybe they're trying to maneuver into playing the Eagles.
Careful what you wish for. You just might get it.
I know. I'm kidding, but
if they said. Well, the Niners and the Seahawks are going to play for the division and the 1 seed on Saturday night.
Right.
Go Niners!
I'd rather play the Seahawks than the Niners.
Yes, I agree.
I
want to avoid Brock Purdy and the Niners for as long as I possibly can. I don't want any parts of them right now.
Yeah. And if they get the 1 seed, they're home all the way and in the Super Bowl.
And in the Super Bowl, yes, Super Bowl, obviously, in Levi Stadium out in San Francisco. The Bears are a good team, but I'm not scared of the Bears.
Yeah, like they beat up on us, but I just think there was a really bad stretch for this team. And also, Caleb, as much as I think of him, I think very highly of him. Clearly not a bust, but he's never played in the playoffs. He's never been in that environment before.
And he's not quite there yet. There was a good point made on that broadcast last night about he made some incredible plays and he missed some real basic throws.
Yeah, I mean, he missed the wide. DJ Moore was in the.
I don't think he saw him. Like,
that's a huge issue.
If he was on the left-hand side and Caleb missed him, that's one thing. Yeah. But like, he wasn't in his line of vision, in my opinion.
But their defense really got mauled by the 49ers, and they lost some people, I think.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, honestly, even looking in the AFC, like, I think if you exclude the NFC South, you can put 13 teams in the hat and pull one out, and you can make an argument for all of them that they're going to win it all.
Yeah.
There's
no clear favorite, in my opinion.
Which is why if this is Josh Allen's year and he doesn't make a Super Bowl when in a year without Joe Burrow, without Patrick Mahomes, most likely without Lamar Jackson, is inexcusable.
Yeah, I don't think their O-line is good enough, and I don't really think their defense is good enough, despite what the Eagles did yesterday. The Bills, they're good, but I'd be kind of surprised if they made the Super Bowl, frankly, after watching them for 60 minutes yesterday.
I agree. All right, closing thoughts heading into the Commanders game or big picture, whatever you want to do. PY?
Tanner time, baby.
Yeah.
Hopefully he does good and they can trade him in the offseason.
Yeah. God bless. Oh, what's that? You want the first round pick? Come on down.
Yeah. Maybe someone will overpay for him.
He's
I don't think any of the college.
He's 6'2" and has a rocket. Please give me a first.
Yeah. My closing thought is that I was just tremendously disappointed yesterday because the two games leading up to yesterday, you could sort of fool yourself into thinking the offense had found some consistency and some rhythm. They were doing some things, as we've all mentioned, the under center, empty, things like that, play action boots. And they sort of did a little of it yesterday, and then they stopped, and you saw them be the team that they've been all year, which is just, inviting catastrophe. And if you invite catastrophe in the playoffs, it's likely to show up. It doesn't miss many invitations. And I just found it incredibly disheartening the way they ended that game, offensively, obviously, not talking.
Yeah, going back to the poll question, in my experience watching sports, and I watch these teams with a fine-tooth comb, the Eagles and the Phillies especially, your flaws don't get fixed when the lights get turned on the brightest. They get put under a microscope and get worse.
Yeah.
Look at the Phillies. Everyone, they go on these cold spells, and then everyone just says, well, all they have to do is just hit a bunch of home runs in October, and they're going to win.
Get hot.
It doesn't work like that.
Right.
It gets worse. Your flaws get exacerbated, not fixed when the lights are the brightest.
The only straw to grasp there is Lane Johnson, and it's probably not enough to me to get this team back to the Super Bowl, but we'll see.
All right, well, that'll do it for Eagles Talk. For Peter Young, Les Bowen, I'm Rob Brinkman. We will have a time and a place for the Eagles wild card playoff matchup next Monday. So stay tuned for that. Until then, peace out, everybody.
Yes.
Peace.
Happy New Year.